There we go. It worked. I'm becoming a bit surprised in the mornings these days for when it works. But it has. So wonderful to be here on the first day of spring here in South Australia, and of course the rest of Australia. Wherever you are, have a wonderful start to your day or your evening, wherever you are, because I know there's some who pop in from Canada, US, UK. So good morning to Keza. We've got Keza showing up first on my list, and I'm just going down the list, of course. We've got Nat here this morning. Good morning. And Anne, lovely cartoon. I like that avatar. It's very nice. Did you draw that yourself? Looks lovely. And we've got Diane and beautiful day in Ballarat. Gorgeous. That's cool. And Kim, yes, good morning. So you're already at work. Oh, you're doing the early shifts. That's lovely. And Anne, this is a general card spread reading. So what you do is you tune into your spiritual connections, your angelic realm, your spiritual realm, your even just your gut feelings of what you're getting from the cards. Okay, it's not the individual pull, and this is what happens every morning around this same time. Well, wherever you are in the world, it could be evening. So, good morning from Sarah. Lovely to see you here. Those little emojis scrolling up from the bottom. Beautiful. Ah, good. Yes, it takes a little bit of time. And Anne's asking as well, how are you? Look, it's a beautiful day. First day of spring. I'm feeling excellent. Feeling absolutely excellent. And good morning from Michelle. Whoops, that slipped down, and we've got Ward here as well. Hi to you, and good morning from Michaela. A beautiful family coming together for the daily reading. It's good stuff, good fun. I love doing this. So here we go. We're going to actually go over to the cards now. Oh, and good morning, Sandra. Lovely to see you here. And drawn some interesting cards, and you're intrigued by interpretation. Your guides are saying hide. Oh, look, it's interesting if you notice, and I haven't got that. I haven't quite got that picture in front of me comparative to yesterday's, and I shuffled them well. I remember it is cold. It's very cold. I am actually feeling very cold myself, which is why I've got this on. And you love the cards this morning. I'm pretty sure they're very close to yesterday's. I'm going to turn around and get my phone. You can just see it on the charge there. And we'll see. I'll show you those. And Sarah, yes, spring has sprung. Oh, and your lower back with a pinched nerve. Oh, my goodness, healing energies out to you. Heal, heal, heal. And I've got Siri just picked up a word there. I don't know what she's going to say to me. Let's switch over to the cards. And I'll just swing around and get this because I had to have it on the charger. I forgot to do it last night. Let's have a looky, and I shall get the photos of yesterday, which is that one. No, that's 30th of August, wrong one. Yesterday, 31st of August. Very, very close to exactly the same cards. If you have a look, there's the comparison. Can you see them? Have a look. There's only one card missing from that set that we've had yesterday has pulled into today's energy. Can you see that? I know it's reflecting a little bit, but it is. The only one missing, we've got the swap out with the labyrinth with the time card. So let's have a look at what we've got. The 5 cards. Oh, owl first, of course. Here we go. The owl is, there are 2 things we should give our children. One's roots, the other is wings. Let them fly. Be as unique as they are. Guide them more into being who they are instead of trying to form them into who we are. is what I would suggest. Having done some grown 4 children, I don't know how I did it, what way well, how we did it. There was a husband at the time. We're using the Ciro Marchetti's Gilded Reverie Lenormand with, these cards. They're beautiful. They're absolutely superb imagery. I love them. So, what we've got is the time in our home space. We've got letter in the workspace. The mice are in the unexpected. The fox is our role. And the rider is the outcome or the pivot card. I like to use that as a pivot card as well. And Ward, they are good, pretty cards. They are really nice. And then that's taken a while to scroll up as well. Is it scrolling? Is it scrolling? Is it scrolling? Yes, they're pretty fine. The cards do look pretty fine. Thank you for that. Now, and there is the wishes for Sarah there. I'll show those. So Michaela's saying, oh, Sarah and Michelle, feel better soon. All that loving energy going your way, Sarah. Feel it, feel it, feel it. It's moving through the energy waves. Right, here we go with our cards. I'm just going to do it this way so we can see them a little better. Even though, oh, my image is a little bit too big there. Let me see if I can actually shrink that down a little bit just to shift it out of the way a bit more. Easy peasy. So the time card in our home space really is allowing us to experience even better the time that we have. Um, we as humans are the ones that gauge time. We want to know deadlines. We want to know when we're supposed to be doing things. Oh, excuse me. And, measuring and really having a presence around, an awareness around what time we're taking for things and all sorts of ways that we're gauging time. When you look at what is the natural realm of the animal kingdom, for instance, it doesn't use a time gauge besides what is the sun, rising and setting. It doesn't use times of day as I've got to go to this meeting or anything. They go, they wake, they need to feed, they do that, they rest, they sleep, all things, and do the usual things of procreation in between. It's just a natural awareness feeling of time for them. It's not something that has to be gauged and measured like we do. The same with the plant kingdom. There's nothing that's holding that to a timeline besides what the seasons are taking us through. And especially since we're on the first day of spring here, you're probably in your first day of winter, or tomorrow if you're on the other hemisphere. Once you've woken up, you're going to be in the start of your winter. I think there's only the two sort of opposites. We don't, yeah, anyway. It's the natural realm of things. What we've got here is the reminder that time is just a construct, and we do, even though we do need to be aware of it, just know that whatever we're doing in our home, this is the home space, that whatever we're doing will work out in its perfect timing. That's what I see this as being the reminder for today. It is the perfect timing for whatever we're needing to do throughout our day. And then we shift over into our workspace, being the letter, and it is time for communication with others. And because I do feel the letter is that more personal or legal, it could be formal agreements because of that wax seal and that it looks a little more particular, but it can be also that friendly. Because this is business, I feel it probably is something that's a bit more formalized and like an agreement that is being signed. If it was in the home space, which it was, I think that's where it was yesterday. No, we had the rider there. It was down here in ours. Do like it has a little more personal. It's more the one-to-one connection and agreement with someone else, a party, is what I'm feeling. So it is about I feel the getting the I's dotted and the T's crossed and having that in a formal arrangement, a formal signature, sealed and delivered, so to speak. So Think on what in your workspace needs to have that type of particular detail. And it might be in the form of your emails and texts and the rest. Doesn't have to be in the written, on paper, because these days some of those formal documents can be digi-signed. I've done that myself with transactions for real estate when I sold the unit at Meningie and moved back here. It's certainly that can be done by electronic means, but it's so much nicer when you see it in the form of the paper and an ink pen quill. I love it. It's a gorgeous card. I really do love it. Now, as we're moving up to our mice that are there, being careful in the abundance that you might be feeling through those moments in the day, that what you're going to be doing. Oh, hi, Diane. I'm just going to pop that comment there. Good morning. Yes, you guessed that too. So in the times through the day, because this is the unexpected, you might feel a lovely abundance. There could be that abundance of time that you feel you've got lots of time, and or that there's a thief of your time, that there's going to be someone that's really taking your time that you don't want to, because there's other things you want to be doing, um, like gorging on a different aspect. I just love this card. So as far as even in that business sense, have an awareness, like do be careful of what might be being stolen from behind your back. Like this is the card for the thief, if that's what is happening around you. It's having the awareness, but I also always feel the abundance in the way this card's depicted, that there is plenty to share around, and that there, how are we dealing with that? Do we feel like we have to hold on to everything? And this could be where there's that negotiation in whatever this agreement is, that finally there might be that last thread that you're needing to nut out and fine detail it for this agreement that's in your work today. So have a look at that a little more closely. When those moments pop up, you'll know when it happens, that feeling of the mice is coming into it. Okay, so then we're going to move down to the fox, because this is your role in your day to day. Now I'm just going to move the table up a bit so we get the full picture of the fox. Okay, you can see the chicken coop in the background. The fox is there. Now we sort of assume that the fox is the us in this picture. That when it says your role, or are you going to be the rooster? Which choice is it? Are you having an awareness around others around you that might be being sneaky? Or is it that you are planning things to that degree that oh, look, it didn't work today? Something might not have worked properly, or it needs to have a closer look, even with this agreement thing, as your role. You need to be the one that is planning, and that's how I'm feeling it. You need to be the one, or I need to be the one that is planning the detail, that is thinking through what didn't work, what can be changed for the next time round. And especially when we've got time in our home space, that we are putting it to good use. And, there might be just a way of tweaking something through the day that logistically isn't looking like it's going to work, that needs to be rethought, replanned. That's what I'm feeling for the fox and our role in that. So certainly have your awareness around what's happening about you through the day. Whoops, I was just going to move this over if I could, rather than fiddle with the mouse. And that mouse. Interesting, isn't it? And I've got that crooked now. But that's all right, because what we've got is the rider just weaving her pattern through the sky in whatever colours, whatever potential there is. The rider is the start of a new journey. So it's something that we're completing, that we are starting on as a new pathway this morning, with new indicators, new messages coming in. And good morning, Narelle. Just noticed you popping in. Wonderful to have you here. And yes, I am well. So thank you for asking. It does feel like a new day, because it is. It feels like a new season, because it is. It feels like a new journey, all the new possibilities that we've got here, that's going to be our outcome. So make sure whatever you're putting into place here with these other cards today, that it's that foundation for the start of a new journey, a new pathway. Feel what today is bringing into you as that message bag. What are you receiving? What can you take on for the tomorrow? Because it really is headed into the tomorrow as we're seeing the direction that this rider is pointing to. I mean, it's always going to do that because with the Lenormand, you don't have the reverse or upside downs and stuff like that. But you do certainly have the direction that it's facing, being into that is coming, because that tends to be traditionally how we read the cards in any sense. With any of the types of cards, is the left is the present and the right is the future. And this is my left. Your yeah, as you're seeing it, you should be seeing it as I am as well. So it is the left and the right. Oops, hang on, I just missed that. I was just going to bring that up. Oh, I can't. I've got to move the table again then. Let's do that. I did shift the deck itself out of the way. So, and oh, Sandra, you've got a funeral today. Sit down and observe. Choose your words carefully. Mm-hmm. That sounds like a very good interpretation. I find it interesting. Your initial comment, as far as you're intrigued that your guides are saying hide. So, and that's where I think, choosing your words carefully, observing, it's each and every one of us does have our own feelings, gut feelings, ways that we interpret. It's being aware and opening up our own senses, like we are a radar, or like we are that the cone from outer space that brings it in. What came to mind? That place up at Pine, whatever the oh no, I can't remember it. When the landing on the moon was, and they used that big dish. What's the dish called? It is a dish, isn't it? Be that for what is around you, for the messages you're meant to be receiving, because each and every one of us picks up the vibes that are meant for us. We're tuned in to what is our frequency. And having that awareness and openness to receiving at that frequency that is uniquely ours will get what is specifically meant to be our own understanding, so that we can then move forward on our pathway. We don't need to be concerned about anyone else's. Yes, we have interaction with each other, but that's the wonderful, the surprise, the adventure of what life is how we actually do mesh together with all those others that are the frequencies of our friends, our family, people we don't even know. We can sometimes connect with in a way that we just know it's meant to be. So take your time today through whatever means you need to actually receive what is yours and move forward with it. Get on that horse and ride it with joy, abandonment, and almost abandonment, but really with that wonderful sense of adventure of being open to what's next and loving life, because it's the first day of spring. It's a beautiful looking day outside my window, and I'm definitely going to be going out and enjoying it today as well. Parks, the dish. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Thank you, thank you. So I hope your day goes well there, Sandra. And from Keza, thank you. Have a wonderful day to everyone. And certainly, thank you. It's the first day of spring. Ah, choo, yes. You get hay fever, do you, Kim? And yes, I think yes. Now I think the parts, the dish, I think. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. There it is. It's underneath that. Parts, the dish, I think. Yes. So, Sarah, love the cards. Fox in your role. Keep on persisting with this pain. Enjoy the first day of spring. And with love, thank you. Look, I'll keep you sending that healing vibes to you, Sarah. Well, thank you from Nat. Enjoy our Thursday and wonderful cards for a wonderful day. Well, I find it so interesting that we do get repeat cards every so often, and 4 of these from yesterday, it is bringing in that trend of moving forward on our own path, of really having that awareness open for communication with others in all different ways. admittedly with a letter in these last couple of in the these last two, yesterday and today. But it does bring in that wonderful lift of energy being spring too. Do what do they call it? A spring clean. If you feel that you really need to lift out, send off the winter energy and lift in, bring in that spring energy. Certainly have a mini spring clean today, even energetically, and do a chakra balance or something like that. You feel it so immensely in a wonderful way. So thank you for being here as usual. Wonderful internet family, wonderful Lenormand card deck family. It's wonderful. It is wonderful. Keep being the best you that you can be, and I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. Namaste. I like that, Kim, getting the spring cleaning done for the new rental. Blessings.